All right, welcome out to the Pirates Cove podcast. It's Wednesday night. We just finished out with our softball girls. We had, I believe it was 3 girls on, and now we go to part 2 where we'll have our Rockport-Fulton Pirate baseball team, our varsity baseball team. And with me, I got my sidekick who's with me every Wednesday night, Johnny Zavala, the Z-Man. What's up, Johnny?
Good. Doing good over here.
All right, here we go with round 2. We've got 3 of our Pirate baseball players here with us tonight here on the Pirates Cove. They're all freshmen, first year on the varsity. First, we have catcher Ace Seibert. Ace, how you doing?
I'm all right. I'm doing good.
There you go. Sounds good. And then we have our first baseman, Isaiah Elizondo. Isaiah, how you doing?
Pretty good.
All right. And then we have our second baseman, Jordan Gibson. Jordan, how you doing?
Pretty good.
All right, guys. So I want to first of all thank you guys for taking some time. I know you guys had a long day. It's a little late, but I'm glad you guys made time for the Pirates Cove. We wanted to bring you in to talk to you guys a little bit, to introduce you guys to our community, let them know what's going on with baseball, the season that you guys had. You guys, congratulations. We'll be advancing to the playoffs. And last year there wasn't a season, so it's great to be able to get back into the playoffs to see if we can make some noise. So congratulations on the playoff berth, and we'll talk a little bit about who you guys will be playing and the location and the time and stuff. But right now I'm going to throw it over to Johnny so he can start the interviewing with the boys.
All right, guys. This is what I like doing between every athlete that we brought on. Ace, what do you like doing before a game?
Well, I mean, I don't really like to do like a lot. I mean, I like to stay relaxed, but I always like it to get some Popeyes because I mean, I like Popeyes and that's always good. So I always
Got to start somewhere. What about you, Isaiah?
I always eat tropical smoothie for the game, and usually relax, play some fungal golf, and in the cages.
And what about you, Jordan?
I did the same thing as Isaiah pretty much. We always get there around the same time, go golf, get a little food, just relax.
Hey, gotta relax, gotta have fun and relax, have fun. Isaiah, I'm gonna get you this question before Gabriel does. What does it feel like playing for Dad?
It's a lot of stress, just gotta stay focused. Always gonna have haters, but oh well. It's pretty stressful knowing that I kind of have to come through all the time. But
Do you get that extra ear chewing on the way home or at home? I'm pretty sure Ace knows about that too. Ace, what's your most memorable hit?
Well, I mean, I would have to say about last week, I hit my first varsity home run. So, I mean, that was a pretty good one just because it was on varsity and I don't know. I just thought that one was pretty cool.
Who was it against and where was it at?
It was against Aransas Pass and it was at home.
At home? Right? Center?
Yes, sir. Well, it was the left field. It was the left. I did pull, but our field is the smallest, so.
Hey, and that's still a lot of ground, man. There ain't many freshmen that take it over. There hasn't been that many. I believe you. I've been seeing a lot over years, and there hasn't been many freshmen that do that. So yeah, that is a great memorable moment there. Jordan, what do you like about playing second base?
I just like being on the infield, knowing that I'm always gonna be a part of the play no matter what. Just being able to talk to my pitcher whenever he needs it. Just all that stuff.
What goes through your mind when like it's y'all getting about to turn into a double play? What's is it like hurry kind of intense kind of thing, or what goes through your mind when y'all about to turn to a double play?
Don't drop the ball.
And a lot, it don't always happen, man. That double play is kind of something hard to do. So I know first thing is, ball first, ball first, ball first. So it's a, people look at it like it's easy, and it ain't. It is not easy. You see the pros overthrowing first, second base many times, and it just don't happen. So, so I know what goes through your mind on that. Isaiah, what will it take for y'all to beat y'all's first round Needville?
So we did have someone go watch the game against Needville and Sweeney, and found out we were going to play Needville. So we knew it was a good game between Sweeney and Needville. So we knew that we'd have to come through, and obviously now Carson and Luke play a huge role in us winning those games. And obviously, if we have to go into a series and play 3 games, our third game starter has to come in pretty clutch.
Good game plan. Pass it over to you, Gabriel.
All right, gentlemen. So I got a few questions. The first one is for the 3 of you. So I would like for the 3 of you guys, I'll kind of break it down in 2. So the first one is for the 3 of you guys. What's it been like to play for Rockport this year? Isaiah?
Well, we have a talented team, obviously, and it's honestly, it's amazing thinking, like looking at through the whole season. It's pretty much a blessing to be even a part of this team.
Absolutely. Ace?
Well, I mean, I think because we played baseball in middle school, and it was about me, Isaiah, and Jordan. So we already had that bond. So just moving up to the varsity level, it's a lot of fun.
Jordan?
Back to what Ace said, we played middle school together. So we already had that bond. So when we came up to varsity, it was just, we already had that connection. So, and we have a lot of youth. So it's gonna be a good ride.
And for this question's for Ace and Jordan. What's it like to play for Coach Elizondo? Jordan?
He's a really good coach. I love his play style. He gets along with the kids really well. I don't think there's any kid on the team that hates him.
Ace?
He's a blast. I mean, he brings in an intensity. That's the word. He just brings it every day, and he makes it fun, and that's all that matters. But he also got to win, and he also wants to win really bad. So, I mean, that's always good too.
Yeah, and it's amazing you guys say that because he's been at Rockport, right, for a few years now. And it's his first year. Last year was his first year when COVID took the baseball season, right? But everything I've ever heard has been good. The relationship that he builds with the athletes, with the students at Rockport has always been really good, is what I've heard. And we went down to Ingleside, the Ingleside Rockport game, and there were some guys recording for us down there on the field. And after the field, I didn't know. And they went over and shook Coach Elizondo's hand. And afterwards, they told me, man, he used to coach down here in Ingleside. There was a lot of people in Ingleside that knew him. So, I mean, it was, these guys were talking, they talked really highly of him when he was a coach down here. They had a lot of respect for him. So a coach that can build that with this team, man, it's going to be a successful team. That's awesome to hear. The next question is for the 3 of you guys. What have you guys learned this year from the upperclassmen? Jordan?
I've actually learned a lot from Sammy. He's our biggest leader on the team. He always keeps our heads straight. He never lets us slack, even when we're up by a lot, when we're down by a lot. He always keeps our heads up. So he's been a real impact on my season.
Isaiah?
Oh yeah, same thing, Sammy. He's great for us. Like as good as it gets, is perfect in the infield, and then he just helps us. And when we're down on ourselves, he helps us and picks us back up.
That's awesome. Ace?
Uh, we'll go with Nick. He doesn't get on the field that much, but in practices, he always works hard and he works on stuff like or maybe he can get in the game and never complains about anything.
That's awesome to have two leaders. And
I
these
like that
two
balance.
gentlemen are seniors, right? They're your
Mhm.
seniors on
Yes,
ball club? Nick
Yes,
and, okay. Isaiah, I'll go to you first. And this is for all three of you. Talk to us a little about what does it feel like to be in the playoffs? When you first found out that you had clinched the playoff spot, what was the feeling like? What did you feel like, Isaiah?
Well, I mean, it felt great. My dad's always happy now because we're in the playoffs and we clinched. So it's been a couple years. I think it's been 3 since Rockport's actually gone to the playoffs in baseball. So it felt pretty good.
Absolutely. Ace?
it was awesome. I mean, what Isaiah said, we must be doing something right because it is. We finally made the playoffs. So that's always good.
Hell yeah, it is.
Jordan?
Felt really good to know that a really young team can do that, go out, make the playoffs, and hopefully make a big run for it.
Absolutely. And guys, before I turn it over to Johnny, I'll just say this. One of the things I went down, I think you guys were in the Cuero tournament. Yeah, we went to Yoakum to go see y'all play. You didn't lose. It was early on in the season, and you guys went undefeated. And that's when I saw, wow, this is going to be a team that you need to keep an eye on. They went through the tournament, faced some pretty tough competition out there, and you guys came out undefeated. It was awesome. And the first game I went to go see you guys was the Sinton game where in Sinton, which I thought, I mean, I know we lost 1-0, but man, that was an awesome game to watch. I mean, you guys went toe to toe with a ranked team, a team that's really good and they're coached very well out there. Sinton's been on top and you guys took them, 1-0. It was an awesome game to be a part of, to see. But the thing that's really impressed me about you guys, even in tournaments, is you lose one, because I'll be watching it on Game Changer, and so you lose one, and then you come back and win one. And then you'll lose big, and then you'll come back and you'll win big. It's like, I think the most you guys win was like on a 2-game, you lost 2 games in a row, but it wasn't like a 4 or 5 game. You guys bounce back like it ain't nothing. Like, it's just like, okay, we lost, no big deal. Let's get back on. We're going to win the next one. It seems like you have that attitude where we go to the next one. And if you look at your record, there really hasn't been a streak where you guys have lost 4 or 5, I think, that I saw. So it's awesome to see, as young as this team is, and to be able to perform like that. Yeah, absolutely. The coaches have got to be thrilled to see this. And the players, you guys are playing big. The 3 of you guys are having to play big for this team to be successful, which is awesome to see. And as a fan, right, it brings excitement to know what the next few years are going to bring for Rockport baseball. So it's great, guys. And I'll just say congratulations now on the playoff berth. And let's go out and let's get that win and go to the second round. Johnny, I'll throw it over to you for some more questions.
Yeah, I wanted to touch base on that too. Gabriel was saying that, this is a young team, they got a lot to look forward to the next few years. But in watching y'all, keeping up with y'all, especially that tournament y'all were at, y'all went undefeated in that tournament. I was like, Gabriel, I don't know, dude. I go, you might be talking to the future, but these boys are playing pretty good. And you come into district, you're fighting for a playoff berth. Hey, I'm very impressed. This is not a fluke district. This has always been a tough district. So I think playing this district is going to help y'all go a couple rounds into the playoffs. So he's predicting a little future Well, I think y'all's pretty set. I mean, y'all got y'all's minds going, and hell, y'all are able to do it. I mean, just because you're young, it don't matter. You know, it's going to be a building up for the next 40 years. You know, just keep your mindset that it's here. You know, do it this year. Don't think about okay, next year we got these people coming back. These people, no, let's do it now. Let's do it with the Bays in there. You know, let's make him, proud of what y'all did. You know, so keep it going. Back to the questions. I never seen you play any kind of baseball or anything like that. But what got you into playing catcher?
Well, when I was about 5, whenever I started to start to play, my mom or my dad were just like, so you put the gear on and you go out there and you catch the ball. I was like, okay, well, that looks fun. And then I went out there and I could not block a ball. So my dad was like, well, are you scared of the ball? And I was like, no, I don't know. So he took me out to the field and he's like, we're going to learn how to block a baseball. So he said, lay down. I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, lay on the ground. And so I laid on the ground and he got balls and he started throwing them at my chest with a chest protector. He started throwing balls at my chest with the chest protector. And I was laying on the ground I was like, hey. And after that, I mean, I've just always had a love for it. So
I wonder if he got that from the movie Mighty Ducks.
he probably did. He probably did.
Jordan, I know you like to play. I know you play football, but why do you play baseball?
It was the first sport I ever played. Like since I was 3, I started playing it. My brother grew up. I always looked up to him. I just immediately had a love for the game.
That's my love too. Isaiah, what's the most memorable game that you ever played in?
So far, probably the Whataburger Field game because we won by a lot against a district opponent, and we all had a lot of success that game. So.
Just playing in a real field, huh? Yeah, that's very nice. I never got the opportunity. Ace, I'm gonna end it up with you on this one. So tell us about the prank with you and the softball team, with y'all and the softball team.
All right.
Yeah, you just talk about whatever you want to talk about the whole prank.
All right. Well, they had the idea to prank us. And I just never thought that was smart because why would you prank a bunch of idiots, right? I mean, this is not smart because it's just not going to end up well. So they forked our field and it wasn't bad because we didn't even have to pick it up. The PE actually picked it up for us, so it didn't really bother us. So then so the baseball team was like, well, we're going to prank them. Well, the problem is the baseball team, we weren't just going to be like, oh, we're just going to do this to the field, like a little, like not a lot. We, of course, had to go overboard. So we got pretty much every single thing you could think of and everything at Walmart that you could possibly find. And we went and it was Friday night after our game. So we got back pretty late, but we were like, we're going to go to the softball field. But the softball girls had decided to camp out there. So we couldn't prank their field. And we were like, well, do we stay up till 2 o'clock until they leave? Or do we just do it now and don't care. So, so we jumped over the back fence, and we basically went way overboard and destroyed their field pretty bad. Like, we put sugar all over the infield. We put glitter everywhere.
Ran.
I mean, I mean,
Yeah.
we saran wrapped their whole field. We zip tied a chair in their batting cage. I mean, it was bad.
Now, is this something that y'all being a freshman, are you going to be like a leader of doing this for the continuous years?
Well, I don't know if I want to be a leader, because I don't know if I want to be responsible for that, but I definitely continue throughout the years.
Hey, that's fun, man. It's great that y'all and the girls have a little bond together. Just shows you, this baseball, softball, it's loved in this town. I love this. I love y'all kids are all having fun. That's what the part about playing baseball, softball is. Some people say it's boring and this and that. They can't watch a whole game, but man, there's a lot behind the game. I love that y'all bond like that. Y'all go to each other's games when y'all can. And I love that. Y'all are great. Y'all great out there for cheering them on. They were there last night cheering y'all on. So I love that bond y'all have between y'all, and just the little prank thing just like topped it all off, man. I'm gonna pass it back to you, Gabriel.
Okay. Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. I heard about it. We had what was it, John? Let me see if I got this right. Last week we had John Chupi and Ian McPherson. I think Ian said he was gonna get him back next year, right?
Yeah.
That's what he said. He said, "Well, we're gonna get him back next year. This ain't over." So guys, the question I'll ask the three of you guys is, as freshmen, you guys have been in some big games. I saw one of them against Sinton. When you guys got to come up with the big hit, when your number's called in a tight game or run game where you guys need to score a run and you guys are up to bat, where you got to make a big play, talk to us. Is it nerve-wracking for you guys because you're freshmen? Do you guys get nervous, or is it just like, you know what, I'm just gonna go out there and do it? What's it like when you have to come through for this team and it's your number that's called? Everybody's watching you guys, coaches are watching you, the fans and everything. What's the feeling like when you have to come through for this team? Isaiah, I'll go to you first.
Well, it's stressful because everybody's looking at you and you have to come through. Like, you just kind of have to. You got a lot of weight on your shoulders.
Absolutely. And it doesn't help that you're a freshman, right?
Yeah.
Jordan?
Yeah, it's definitely nerve-wracking because if you don't pull it off, then everybody's gonna start talking about you. And trust me, firsthand experience, I've already learned that one. But yeah, you just can't let them talk.
What was that, Jordan?
It'll be all right. You just can't let the haters talk.
Absolutely. You guys, before I go to Ace, you're absolutely right. You just got to shake it off, guys. People will say what they say in the heat of the moment, man, but they'll be back out there the next week yelling and supporting you guys again, but listen, you guys are doing good. You just got to let that roll off and just continue to play ball, kind of shut everybody out, man. I think you guys are doing awesome in the games that I've seen and followed. I mean, you guys are playing big and it's consistent. It's not just one game big. It's been throughout the whole season, and that's why you guys are in the position that you're in. You're going into the playoffs. So yeah, just if you ever hear any negativity, just there's more positive out there for you guys than there is negative. Always remember that. Ace?
Well, what goes through my mind is don't choke. And it's not even being a freshman. I could be a sophomore, junior, it doesn't matter. But when you're in that spot, it's just like you just want to win, and you're gonna be nervous no matter what. So I mean, I just go out as you better win.
And that's true, Ace. That's true. No matter if you're a freshman, sophomore, you got to come up. Even the pressure gets on the pros, right? So you're absolutely right. freshman has nothing to do with it, man. You just got to get up there and just do your thing and let the chips fall where they may. That's awesome, guys. The next question I have, what was the feeling like when you guys learned that you had made the playoffs? Jordan?
Ecstatic.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What the playoffs is? What was the feeling like when you guys knew that you were going to be on the varsity squad?
Oh, I was really excited that Coach Shitty would give me the chance. And I mean, I take it that I did pretty well enough to stay on. So I was really excited.
Absolutely. It's a big accomplishment. Ace?
I was like, sweet. Let's go win some games.
Sweet.
You guys have done that, that's for sure. Isaiah?
I knew I had to play my role no matter what it was, and whether it was hitting the ball, bunting, putting the ball in play, not striking out, whatever it was, I had to keep my role.
Absolutely. It's exciting. And what's this thing you guys got that you get a run in and they bring out that little basketball thing I saw and somebody's coming in. I can't remember the guy. Everybody dunks it, but there was one guy in that Ingleside game that didn't dunk it. I don't know who it was. I can't remember it. But one guy didn't get all the way up there, couldn't elevate up there to get it. But what's all that about? Who brought that up? And what happened? How did that get started?
Luke was at my house and we saw the mini hoop and he noticed that Carol had did it one time. So
Jordan!
he was like, let's do it.
Hey!
I can't lie.
Hey, I'll tell you
You
what,
can.
guys, I think it's awesome, man. I think it's awesome. I was watching it and I was like, what are they doing down there? I think you do that every time a run comes in, right?
Yes,
The
sir.
guy that comes in has to get that ball and dunk. Well, that's awesome, guys. That's awesome. I like seeing that. Johnny, do you have any other questions? I've got one more that I can ask now, or if you've got some, then I'll wait and ask mine at the very end.
No, I don't have any more to ask.
All right, guys. So I have another question for you guys. So the three of you guys are athletes, obviously, and you play multiple sports. When you're not playing football, baseball, basketball, and you're not working out, what other things do you do? What other hobbies do you guys have outside of sports that's not sports related? Ace, I'll go to you first.
Well, I mean, I like to have fun. Me and Jordan, we go to the river sometimes, the Frio River. I don't know if y'all have ever been there, but that's always fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
And so we go up there sometimes and we'll go to the beach, we go jet skiing, all that stuff. I mean, that's all fun. I like that.
Absolutely. Jordan?
Same thing. Me and Ace, we go to the river, we have fun, but most of the time when we come back, it's time for 2 days. So
Oh, that's terrible. I remember that.
Isaiah?
I like to watch baseball. I like watching my Yankees play, so I like watching the MLB all the time. Yeah, huge Yankees fan. That's why I have pinstripe walls.
Yeah, they're not very
Oh,
good
Lord.
this year. Let's go Astros.
Hey, well, I would ask you this, Isaiah. Is your dad a Yankee fan as well?
Absolutely not. He is a Dodgers fan, and my mom is an Astros fan.
All right, mom. All right, mom. Yeah, I love the
that's
Astros.
so
I'm an Astros too, man. Big time. Wow, that's awesome. Johnny, do you have anything else for the boys?
I was gonna say something about y'all's classification and stuff like that. I know you touched on about, what does it take, playing with the seniors, what seniors they have in front of them, this and that. Guys, I'm gonna tell you something what happened years back when I played and stuff like that. When I was a freshman, only 2 of us made the varsity squad. It came down to where we had no seniors on the team. No seniors on the team when we were freshmen. We had 2 freshmen and no seniors. We struggled. It was a rough road. I think our overall record was maybe like 7-4 7-18 or something like that. It was ridiculous, ugly. My sophomore year, we became somebody. We became somebody. We had a playoff run. We didn't get there. But back then, there was only 2 teams that went to the playoffs. So it wasn't 4. So only the top 2 went to the playoffs. But we got stronger. We were playing in the same district with Sitten. Back then, Oldham used to be in our district. They were a powerhouse back then. Came my junior year. It helped us underclassmen building our own team. Just because y'all young, don't think that it's not going to be there for y'all. It's good y'all all playing together. I'm glad y'all all playing together as underclassmen. I hope y'all stick together. Just remember, you have underclassmen coming up behind you. Teach them the way. Teach them what the winning tradition y'all have going on. Because by the time we got to our junior year, we got to the 4th round of the playoffs, to the quarterfinals. It was not a happy ending to us. We did lose against Falfurious, 18-2, but yeah, it was not a great ending, but it was a fun ride. It was a fun ride, and having all those games under our belts when we're us underclass, we're younger. It helped in the long run. It did help in the long run. It helped. It felt great not sitting out of the playoffs. Again, it was only 2 teams back then, so it was always us and Oldham. And it felt great. And that's why it's always, since then, that's been a little rivalry. Back in the mid-90s, that's where we became a rivalry with Sitten. We weren't in that district at one time. We were in the 4A district, and back then this was a 3A district. Classifications changed over the years. So when we dropped down, we were the dominant team that always kicked out Sitten, or we're competing with Sitten. And that's why the Sitten games always competitive in basketball, football, baseball, softball. They didn't like us kicking them out, and so they've come back over the years. So I think y'all playing together as young right now will help y'all build through all these other years. And just remember, your underclassmen are going to come up there, and y'all got to teach them the same way that your upperclassmen showed y'all. So as long as y'all keep y'all's tradition, y'all winning tradition going, y'all ain't going to be coming to 3rd, 3 or 4 seed. Y'all going to be competing for that number 1 seed. Okay. And by the time y'all come to juniors, y'all should show these sophomores and freshmen coming up what y'all went through. So that's all I got to say, man. Y'all are a great, talented group of kids. And I love that there's actually a few freshmen on the team. And believe me, it'll get stronger. I think y'all still go deep into the playoffs. I still have that faith in y'all. So good luck to y'all guys.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I second that. The same thing, guys. It's very talented. It's a very talented team. You guys have already arrived. When I talk about what the future holds, I'm talking about a ranking, because that's what I see from this team and the potential that it has, and we're going to get there. This year, it's about winning that first playoff game and get into that second round. Everything builds up, man, and we just got a great program. And listen, guys, it's not just baseball or softball. I mean, I talk about this on the podcast all the time. Being from Rockport all my life, I mean, it's exciting to come back and see our volleyball girls excelling a couple rounds in the playoffs. Our football team's been in the playoffs, I think, for 7 or 8 years in a row. We've been to the 3rd round, 3 times, I think, if I'm correct. And we've been just right there knocking on the door, getting into that 4th round. Our basketball boys have been in the playoffs. They won district. Look what the girls did this year, 20-game win streak, district champs. Our boys and girls soccer team both in the playoffs. Our softball girls are ranked number 1 in the state of Texas. Yeah, look what you guys are doing in the playoffs. I mean, we got great athletes here, but it's also the coaching. They're reaching our players. People want to go out there and compete. We're making a name for ourselves consistently, and that's awesome to see. That it's just not 1 or 2 sports. It's all our sports are excelling, and that's a lot of credit into the coaching staff and also to the players that we have. So just keep it up, guys, and good luck. You guys play the playoff game. It's what, next Thursday? Is that when y'all start? Thursday?
Yes, sir. It'll
Should
be
be sometime.
All right.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Sounds good. All right. Well, we'll keep in touch with you guys, and we'll just kind of see who, what the schedule looks like and where it's going to be played. And then we'll post it again, obviously on the Pirates Code to let the community know. So, guys, before we go, I asked your parents to send me some information on you guys. I don't know you guys very well, and your parents were able to send me some info on you guys. All of your parents did. So at this point, I like to read out what your parents said about you guys so that our community will know who Jordan, Isaiah, and Ace are. So I'm going to start off with Isaiah. Isaiah, this is what was said. Isaiah has always been a multi-sport athlete, but has primarily focused on baseball. He started playing baseball as early as he was able to in Little League. By 5, he joined his first select team, the CC Oilers, and has been with that same team since. They have traveled all over the state and to several other states playing tournaments with them. So basically, he has played baseball year-round for almost 10 years. At age 11, he was selected to represent this region and further selected to represent Texas at a tournament in Louisiana. Just recently, he was selected to play for the Sliders and will do that this summer. With his dad coaching varsity since his birth, he has grown up on the field and around the game. He really has a high baseball IQ because of it. He was also a part of the first Rockport-Fulton junior high baseball team in 7th grade, where they went undefeated. Aside from baseball, he was a corner and receiver on the freshman football team while leading the team with 9 interceptions this season. He did this while also running varsity cross country. He would practice CC in the morning and football after school. He was on the freshman basketball team and ran track this season as well. Still, with as busy as he has managed to maintain a 3.914 GPA. We are very proud of him. Isaiah, that's awesome. The things that you can do consistently. And it's hard, man. You got to have the drive. You got to have the drive to get up. And that's what we talk about here is we'll see what's on the field and everybody will get excited. But a lot of us don't know the work that it takes to see what we see on that field. And that's what we want to be able to share with the community, the work that our athletes are putting in to be able to show that on the field. So that's awesome. The next one, I'll go to Ace. So Ace, we also wanted to have your parents send us some info on you so the community can get to know who Ace was. And Ace played football, basketball, a little bit of track, and is finishing up his freshman year with baseball. He is ranked 5th in his class. He works super hard. We are very proud of him, but he is still a 16-year-old boy all the way around, LOL. So that's awesome. That's awesome, Ace. The things, and we saw you on the football field this year. We won't get into that until next year, but I also saw you play some basketball, and of course, we're watching you play baseball. So it's awesome. And Jordan, I'll go to you. Jordan started playing baseball at 3 and has always had love for the game and is very knowledgeable of the game. He is very dedicated to his team and teammates. Jordan also plays football and excels in everything he does. And this is awesome, guys, because I know you guys have a background on playing. Jordan, I watched your older brother play football a few years back here for Rockport. Isaiah, your coach, your dad's a coach here, so we know what your background is. And of course, Ace, we know the background that you have. So that's why you guys have such a love for the game. So for us as fans, man, we're glad to be able to have athletes like this that put in the time and the work, and not only the sports wise, but it's also the work that you guys are putting in the classroom. So it's just great. And as far as the Pirate Cove goes, we are going to back up Rockport Sports and do this. And, we're going to bring in a team and it's just going to grow, hopefully. But just congratulations on your playoff spot and good luck. next week. I know we've got a game on Saturday against Oldham. I kind of looked over their schedule. It's a pretty good team coming in on Saturday. I think they're tied or they won district. They hit their 20-win mark, I think I read. So it's a team that's going to come in on Saturday and they're going to be ready to play. So we're going to have to be ready to play. But I'll be there to watch the game. Hopefully we'll get the victory. And then it's on off to the playoffs. And let's stir up some noise in the playoffs, guys. And so just thank you for taking the time to spend some time with us here on the Pirates Cove podcast. I really enjoyed talking to you guys, and definitely we'll be sending you guys, the three of you guys, an invitation somewhere in the future to your parents to invite you back on, and maybe we'll be talking, maybe we'll still be talking baseball, or maybe we'll be talking football. We'll see. But guys, thank you very much for taking the time. I really appreciate it. Johnny, is there anything you want to say before we go?
I hope to still talk to y'all in the third round, guys.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Guys, so we'll leave it to you guys to have the final word here on the Pirates Cove. Ace, you got anything you want to say?
This goes out to my boy Carson.
No.
Round rock bound, baby.
Isaiah, anything you want to say? Final word?
Round rock or bust.
There you go. Jordan?
Thank you all for having me. See you on Round Rock.
Absolutely, guys. And let's go out there and let's get that first playoff win, man. And let's stir up. Let's let those people know what Rockport's going to be doing this year, man. I think we're going to win that first round, and hopefully we'll make it to that third round and beyond, guys. So thank you again for coming on, and we'll be sending an invite again to have you guys back on the Pirates Cove. So until then, Johnny, as we do here on the Pirates Cove all the time, man. Peace out, fellas, and have a good night. Thank you.
Peace out. Sir.